This is Dr. Lou Sella, sport and performance psychologist. Now, I get this question a lot more than I guess I would think, but nevertheless, when to run away from heavy. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a numbers game. It's always been a numbers game. But I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't happen very often when you get the numbers you want to run away from heavy. And you got to fight the compulsion to go away from the heavy formation when the numbers aren't there. So, we're going to break this down nice and slow. Heavy formation is when you bring the tackle over. So you bring the left tackle over to the right, put him next to the right tackle, split the receiver out wide, put the receiver in as the backside tackle. Now, you can put an eligible jersey number here. It could be more of a tight end type there. That's fine. You can do that. But the origination of the heavy formation, that's what it is. Okay. So, if you count your players to the nub side, that's the side away from the heavy side, you've got 1, 2, 3. Then these 3 players are on the ball, so 3.5, 4, 4.5. So you've got 4.5 on the nub side, which means because there's 11 players minus 4.5, you've got 6.5 on this side. Okay, so the whole point of running the heavy formation is when they don't have, meaning the defense does not have 6.5 on this side. So, let's count how many defenders they have on the nub side, because there's going to be fewer defenders on the nub side and you can do it faster. 1, 2, 3, and here's the ball, 3.5, 4, 4.5. So you've got 4.5 and they've got 4.5. So theoretically, you can run away from the heavy side. Although, I will tell you that you don't really gain any advantage here because they're balanced. They did what they were supposed to do. The whole reason the heavy formation started was when a defense does not adjust, you take advantage to the heavy side. Very rarely, if ever, will they put 7 people on this side. It just doesn't happen. What usually happens in high school is they'll take somebody and keep somebody over here, and you'll have either a full man advantage or a half man advantage to that side. As I've said to clients for years, heavy is a gag. It's a gag. You run it when they don't match your numbers. And then as soon as they do, like they do here, the gag is up. So there's no need to run heavy anymore. There's no advantage to running heavy. You might as well line up in a balanced formation like flex or spread at that point. You'd use flex to run zone dive and toss. You'd run spread to run mid-triple and trap. Because that's what Air Force does most of the time. So, that's when you run away from heavy. And I've said this, and this is where I really help my clients when they become clients. I've got to change your mindset. Because if I can change your mindset to where you're focused on execution and radical oversimplicity, not a little oversimplicity, radical oversimplicity, I can get you closer to winning. And a way to do that is you utilize the heavy formation when you have a numbers advantage. Common question I get, well, aren't they going to know we're running to the heavy side every time? That's the freaking point, guys. They didn't do anything about it. Who cares if they know where you're going? But if they have fewer people over there, that's basically like you're in a situation where you're getting robbed and you know they're robbing you, but you don't do anything about it. It's the same thing. So that's when you run away from heavy. So if on this side they've put 5 or fewer people, or 5 or more people over here, then you run to the heavy side. Very rarely have I ever encountered a client say, Dr. Zella, they put 4 over here or 3.5 over here. I don't even remember one time that happened. So, look, heavy is a gag. The mission statement of this video is heavy is a gag. You run heavy when they don't adjust to the heavy side. When they put 6 over here or 5.5 over there. That's when you want to run heavy. If they put 6.5 there, the gag is up. Because they adjusted. If they adjust, there's no point to running it. So just being flex and spread, because at least you're balanced and they don't know where you're going. Then they have to, pull out the crystal ball. So now you know when to run away from heavy. So I want you to change your mindset. Stop focusing on tricking people and start focusing on radical oversimplicity and execution. Coaches, you want to win big in 2024, pick up the phone, give me a call. My number's on the thumbnail of this video, so is my website, Triple Option Football Academy. Triple Option Football Academy camps are going to show you how. Go to tripleoptionfootball.com/testimonials where you can see all the success stories that have come from the camps in the academy. I'll see you in the next video. Talk soon.